Writers, I've partnered with Queen Beauty Studio to purchase these amazing lashes and other deliciousness, like this wonderful matte lipstick I'm wearing. Grab that link. You'll be glad you did. Stay in love. Hello. Vanessa Klinger here. I'm offering a special coaching session just for you. For those of you who feel as if there's no love in your life, I can help you find it by providing tools and techniques that will bring you immediate results. Go to www.vanessaklinger.com, schedule a session, and I'll take care of you. Stay in love. Stay in Love TV is your production to distribution solution to getting your message seen and heard. Having your own TV show with Stay in Love TV has never been easier than now. Stay in Love TV gives you the power to share your message with the world. Stop watching TV and start being watched on TV. Stay in Love TV offers real-time multicasting, all with one click. This opportunity puts you on the world stage with an audience of over 200 million. In addition to your low monthly subscription fees, you will also receive monthly network coaching and training from the network itself to ensure that before your first show premieres, you are set up for success. We at Stay in Love TV bring over 20 years experience in sales, marketing, advertising, and business development. Stay in Love TV, purposeful entertainment driven by love, empowered with passion, fueled with faith. Go to www.stayinlovetv.com and let's get started. This week's episode is sponsored by Dollhouse of Tampa Salon and Studio. Find your inner doll. They offer quick weave, sew-ins, and much more to fit every occasion. Need a wig? Selena's got you. She will customize a unit just for you. Book your next appointment on Booksy today. Did someone say nails? Honey, forget the Bayhive. Contact Queen Bee herself. She offers customized designer nails and even designer press-ons that she will customize and ship to you. Braids, and even twists. Book with Tiffany right on Facebook. Find your inner doll at Dollhouse Tampa Salon and Studio. Tampa. Hello everyone. I am Vanessa Klinger, your intuitive life strategist and life coach motivator. Welcome to the Ride Along with Vanessa morning show, where we provide you 100% free coaching at your service. Raw, real enlightenment at its best. So come on in and enjoy the ride as we take you higher into the dimensions of God. It's a brand new season. It's a brand new network. And guess what? Everything is going your way. You guys ready? Let's go! I am Vanessa Klinger, your intuitive life strategist and life coach motivator. And welcome to the Ride Along with Vanessa morning show. We provide you 100% free coaching at your service. Raw, real enlightenment at its best. So come on in. Enjoy the ride as we take you higher into the dimensions of God. Let me tell you guys something right now before I even get started. There is something about a little pressure, baby. A little pressure that'll make you be more aware that you are more like God than you ever have believed, that you have the power within you to do what is necessary, to activate that power within you to get the job done. Can I just say that on this fun, fantastic, funky Friday? I just wanted to encourage someone. There's nothing like a little pressure, baby, to activate the God within. Just one moment.
Good day, son. Good day. Good day. Good day. Thank you so much for shining on me yet again, son. Why, just a mere 20 minutes ago, sun was not even here. But let me tell you something. The sun never fails. Sun never fails. The sun never fails. I am always at my always at my spot and almost at my spot, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome again to the Ride Along with Vanessa Morning Show. I had to get that out, and I'm going to share it with you guys as soon as I park. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it has been a week. Heck, it's been a night. All right. It has been a night. You know, the beach is already up and at it. But I am going to come to this spot right here because it's a little bit less crowded, and I like the view. How's that? Yeah. How are you guys doing? Hey, it's Friday. Let me tell you something. And you are more like God today than you were yesterday. So that's a good thing. Alrighty. Well, you guys know what day it is. You know what day it is. It is fun, fantastic, funky Friday. And come on here. Come on. You gotta earn your keep. You gotta earn your keep. You got to earn. Come on. You gotta earn your keep. This is our ride along mascot, Hot Dog. Say hello, Hot Dog. Say hello. Say hello. Now, if he actually said hello, that would really make me want to throw him out the window. You want to say hello? He does talk in his own way. Say good day, boo boo. All right. So you guys know it is fun, fantastic, funky Friday. I am Vanessa Klinker, your intuitive life strategist and life coach motivator. Welcome again to the Ride Along with Vanessa Morning Show. We provide you 100% free coaching at your service, raw, real enlightenment at its best. So come on in, enjoy the ride as we take you higher into the dimensions of God. Let me see who is in. Yes. Enjoy the ride. Let's take you higher into the dimensions of God. Namaste, everybody. I bow to the divine presence in each and every one of you. It's time to do our Friday song, and then we're going to get started because I got a lot to cover. Because it's time for you to get out of the matrix. It's time. Because you can't stay where you've been anymore. It's Friday. It's Friday. It's Friday. It's Friday. Yay! Things are going my way. Things are going my way. Things are going my way. Things are going your way. That's right. Everything is going your way. Everything. Everything. That's my slogan, y'all. I'm telling you. That mantra got me through every situation that I experienced beginning in 2017 after one of my darkest moments, 2018 during one of my darkest moments, 2019 during one of my darkest moments, and then when I rolled over into 2020, my life ain't been the same since. Everything is going your way. Okay, so you guys can see I look like a little chipmunk today because I got a little swelling going on here. I was diagnosed as having acute sinusitis. And it came from the result. I know what it is. It's the result of me burning the candle at both ends, just going, doing what I need to do. And, I have to make myself rest. And it's hard for me because I'm type A. And I have to, but in my body will just say, you know what? I know how to get you to lay down. so, so I have been like working, sleeping, kind of trying to coax my way into getting rest and being inhaling antibiotics and minor pain medicine just to get through it. But it's working. And I'm grateful that I can come to you guys live. This is live television, so you never know what to expect. Come to you live on Fridays to give you that encouragement that you need to keep on doing what you're doing. There's nothing like it. Nothing. I call my friend Bill. No. So, yeah, fun, fantastic, funky Friday. Did I find this song? You guys met Hot Dog. Sometimes you just have to breathe, you know? What are you doing? Stop that. I'll let down the window. There you go. Behave yourself. So it's been a week now. For some of you. For others, just getting through the day, getting through the night even, can have you just questioning everything you've ever known. But as your living witness, I can honestly tell you that God in you, all that work you've been doing, will never fail you. Because we all know the word, that God is not a man that he should lie. So that means that everything that you have affirmed within yourself, you have been operating from the space of God. So that means that your outcome can only be the result of what you've spoken. And I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that those of you who are watching me, you have been standing and affirming in the word of God, that God activating power within you, and only good things can occur in your life from this day forward. And I just come to announce that to you guys, because I know everybody going through a little something, but let me tell you something. As a person who has survived a dark night of the soul on multiple occasions, see, we're going to get to the talk in a minute, okay? When you master hell, say you conquer death and hell, right? You got to conquer hell, man. That means that if you conquer hell and you in it, that means you are designed to get out of it. I'm just saying it now. You are designed to come out of it. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me, because you know how paranoid I am. Because I could be talking for 20 minutes and not even know that I'm talking to you guys and you can hear me. Because I'm streaming on my TV, I'm streaming in the apps, I'm streaming in social media. So I rely on my social media followers to let me know if you can hear me. Okay? All right. So we are going to take a break. Thank you, my love, Cassie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are going to take a break, and when we come back, we are going to talk about today's topic is I Can't Stay Anymore, Escaping the Matrix. Y'all know I got a twist on it. Escaping the Matrix. So go grab yourself a refreshing beverage. You've had time to do that. If not, forced run to your fridge. And when we come back, we are going to be talking about escaping the Matrix. I can't stay here anymore, and you cannot. Stay tuned.
This week's episode is sponsored by Hustle and Bling. It don't mean a thing if you ain't got that bling. Lovely paparazzi designer pieces for only $5. That's right, $5. And don't worry about it if the kid gets in the jewelry box. They're only $5. Make sure you catch Allison Mondays and Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays live on Instagram and Facebook, promoting some of these wonderful fashion fixes that you'll enjoy. And if you miss it, check out the website. It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that bling. Hustle and Bling. Hello, everyone. Join me and the great Michelle Massey Washington for another season of Spiritually Speaking and Awakening, Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live right here on Stay in Love TV.
Welcome. You have just entered today's Michelleology. I'm Michelle. I'm your spiritual evolutionist and your motivator. In today's Michelleology, we provide you with insight that's needed to take a deeper look into your consciousness and provide tools that will open up the doors to your higher self. Get ready for a now awakening. Remember, once you go in, you'll never be without.
That's right. That's right. Once you go in, you'll never be without. Now, when you go in there, it's going to require you to do some rearranging of your soul now. It's going to require that. You got to rearrange that soul and get it aligned with the God in you, okay? Because, we are here on this planet and we have experiences and karma and all that stuff. We have to resolve and get all that set up and do that right, so go within so you will never be without. You rearrange all that stuff and you never will be without. So join Michelle Massey Washington, the great Michelle Massey Washington, Mondays, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, if you aren't able to get up that early, because if in California, I mean, what is that, 4 o'clock in the morning? That's okay. You have it on video on demand. But I encourage you, set your clock. Download the Stay in Love TV app so that you won't miss not one episode of the shows that we have. You know, it's a small network. We're just getting started. But guess what, baby? I've never felt more liberated and free in my entire life. Okay? So I know that beyond a shadow of a doubt that we will attract the right influencers. Yes, I'm using the word influencers, who are activated and hand dipped in love, who have a purpose and a mission to enlighten and encourage the viewers. I'm just waiting, baby. You build it, they will come, right? So I know beyond a shadow of a doubt. So join us here, right here on Stay in Love TV. Okay, enough of that plugging. You guys know Sunday, 7 p.m., Spiritual Speaking and Awakening. Me and the great Michelle Massey Washington. Monday, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And, of course, the Right Along with Vanessa Morning Show, Fridays, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So join us, won't you? Okay, so I hope you guys have had an opportunity to go and get you a refreshing beverage, because today we're getting ready to get down with the get down. It's 20 minutes after. I'm right on schedule. Right on schedule. Right on time. Right on time. Cause he's right on time. Right on time. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about I can't stay here anymore. And escaping the matrix. Yep. It's time to make your escape, baby. Scripture inspiration, Genesis 15:13. God said to Abraham, know for sure that your descendants will be strangers living temporarily in a land, Egypt, that is not theirs, where they will be enslaved and oppressed for 400 years. Okay? Something about that 4 or 40 or 400. You know, I was like, okay, what does that mean? What does 4 mean? What does 4 mean? Because, see, my life path is 4, okay? And this is what it says. Then it says 40, but 4. It's just maximized. Excuse me. You guys know I'm a little under weather. The number 40 is used by God to represent a period of testing or judgment, the length of time necessary to accomplish some major part of God's plan. Don't you love it? Yes. Let me repeat that. The number 40 is used by God to represent a period of testing or judgment, the length of time necessary to accomplish some major part of God's plan. I just read Genesis, right? And it said, temporarily in a land that is not theirs, where they will be enslaved and oppressed for 40 years. Now, this is what God told Abraham when he told him, after he told him to make that move right now, baby. After he told him to make that move and go on the journey, then he told him that. Why did he tell him that? Because it was a part of his plan, right? And this all aligns with today's topic, escaping the matrix. I can't stay here anymore. Okay. I had to give a little backstory so that we could lead into the main story. Exodus 5:1-9. Afterward, Moses and Aaron came and said to Pharaoh, thus says the Lord, the God of Israel, let my people go, so that they may celebrate a feast to me in the wilderness. But Pharaoh said, who is the Lord that I should obey his voice? Who are you talking about? Last time I checked, I was the God of this world. Okay? That's what Pharaoh told him. In Vanessa's translation. I don't know your Lord, nor will I let them go. I am the oppressor. You think I'm gonna let them go? I'm operating, I'm playing my part, baby. Because we just read it now. I'm the oppressor. You think I'm gonna let them go? No. Then they said, the God of Hebrews has met with us. please let us go on a 3 days journey into the wilderness and sacrifice the Lord God. See, they were trying to get themselves back because, they had been oppressed for 400 years. It was like, you know what, we got to do something. I mean, God done forgot about us. We've been oppressed, for all these years. But see, people think that they were slaves to Pharaoh. No, they were enslaved by Pharaoh. Okay? So I'm telling y'all, they could have left anytime. It says they were enslaved. They weren't slaves under Pharaoh. They were enslaved. That means that the oppressor had convinced them over a number of years after Joseph died and the other Pharaoh, died. Then here come the oppressor. Here come the oppressor. Y'all got to forgive me. I'm on pain medicine, Gatorade. So I got a little silliness going on. And I hope y'all understand what I'm trying to convey through this amazing word the Spirit is downloading to me right now. So here come the oppressor, right? Coming onto the scene. And he playing his part very well. But let me tell you something, okay? When you recognize your oppressor, then you're able to understand why they in your life and how long they are to be in your life. See, back when God told Abraham, he said, look, know for sure, your descendants will be strangers living temporarily. See, when that oppressor shows up in your life, you know he only there for a minute. He's not supposed to be there for the rest of your life. He's not supposed to be there for 400 years. He was supposed to be there for 40 years. So could it be that the reason why you are enslaved to something is because you are allowing it to hang out longer than it should? Okay, we're going to get back to it. All right. So here come the oppressor, right? So he done convinced them and then got these people. They done forgot who they were now. They forgot. They forgot that back in the days of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that they done come out of famine. God took them out of famine now and put them in a position of favor with Joseph and Pharaoh, right? And the Pharaoh honored their God, but they forgot. So when Joseph died, and when good Pharaoh, I'm gonna call him, died, then they forgot. Could it be that they had turned their eyes away from their true deliverer, right? Because how would you forget who you are unless you have forgotten or misaligned your perspective from who your true deliverer is, right? So they working like slaves because they're not slaves, right? So we know that the new king over Israel, right? This is the part I love about Exodus 1, 8 through 12. Okay. The more and more that they oppress them, the more and more they multiply. See, although your oppressor is hanging out with you, wreaking havoc in your life, staying longer than it should, you're multiplying. You're still increasing. See, you forget that there's a purpose to everything. So your oppressor is there, wreaking havoc in your life, but all the while, you're multiplying. All the while now, you're multiplying. So they crying out to God. Because I know they forgot, because why would they be crying all day and night? I get my Gatorade. You hear them, don't you? Why would they be crying all day and night? Because they forgot where they were and they forgot who they were. They forgot that they were only there temporary. Right? They got used to a system of operating and how to be. They've got used to something. Now listen, this is what gets me and baffles me about this great story. They were operating, right? And they were going and they were going and they were going, right? Just grinding. And they had to produce more and still be able to have more for themselves, right? So they whining and complain. But they whine and complain, but they never did anything. God was like, you know what? They don't get it. They got everything in them that they need to get the hell up out of there. So I got to send them a deliverer because they totally relying on things that they can see and not the things that are within them. They could have left anytime. So, I love this great story because it says a lot. You could get so used to and enslaved by a system and a method of doing things to the point where you can be whining and complaining but never doing anything about it. See, I can't stand to be around those people. I can't stand to be around Vanessa when Vanessa started doing it. Because Vanessa be going, I know I need to lose some weight. And the higher version of Vanessa, you know what? I'm tired of listening to you. Now, either you going to do something about it or just shut up. Because I don't want to hear it. So if I can't stand to hear myself whine and complain about something and not doing nothing about it, same for God. 400 years. He said, you know what? I got to send them something visually that they can see to let them know that I'm still with them. That's a shame. Because it's got to come a time in your spiritual development. Oh, you guys forgive me. Excuse me just one moment. Good day, Spirit. Good day, Cozy. Good day, Reverend Ike. Good day, Dolores Cannon. Stuart Wilde, thank you so much for hanging out with me this morning. This beautiful, fun, fantastic, funky Friday. Now back to the show. There's got to come a time in your spiritual development that you begin to rely on everything within you that you can't see instead of everything that you can. Because your outward experiences, your outward appearances of things will always have you thinking you're in the worst possible situation when in actuality, you're at the tipping point of your breakthrough. I'm just telling you now. I know I'm a living witness. You can think, I mean, it'll look horrible. 2019, fall of 2019. I'm in the emergency room, New Year's Eve. I'm like, I know I'm getting ready to get up out of here. And I was like, Mama, I love you, but I don't know. I love you. Happy New Year. And in my soul, I resolved myself, I'm going to die tonight. New Year's Eve, I'm in the emergency room. Throbbing headache, not knowing that I was getting downloads for my next journey. But I thought I was getting ready to die. And that version of me did. I understand it now. But what I'm saying is, even your darkest moments, you think that it's all, and it's actually at the precipice of something amazing and wonderful that God is about to usher you into. Don't give up. Okay, here we go. Back to the show. Woo! Okay, so here come Moses, right? Properly positioned. Because God knew. Because if he's the author and the finisher, and he's the beginning and the end and the middle and all that, that means he's everywhere at every place at every time, right? So strategically, our God is a strategic God, right? So he's going to position things to operate from every vantage point and variable, right? He's going to incorporate all of that into this huge complex design called a plan, right? So during the course of their whining and complaining, God is incorporating a plan, and he's mapping it out, and he's incorporating all different factors and assumptions and variables. He's plugging all that in, right? So Moses, the deliverer, is born. And then here comes the oppressor. I should have titled it that. And you want to kill all the baby boys. What's up with about the male boys, huh? And he said, okay, take all of them and throw them in the Nile River. They'll surely die then. So he throws them into the Nile River. And he's washed ashore. And, Pharaoh's daughter takes him. And she sees him. And she's like, oh, such a beautiful baby. And this lady from the dog park says, such a beautiful baby. So she raises him in Pharaoh's house, right? So he's already positioned, groomed to be a leader, not knowing that he belonged to God in his enemy's household. So here comes Moses. And he's telling him, okay, let my people go. He said, no, we can't do it. I can't do that, Moses. Do you know how much it's going to cost me? You know? No, I'm not doing it. And he kept doing it to the point where, thank you, they whining and playing 400 years, boom, 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 right? The children of Israel were enslaved and stuck in this continual, repetitive process. Yet they fled to live in exile in Egypt to escape the famine. They were enslaved and they could not bear the torture and prayed and cried out to God. God heard their prayers and decided to lead them out of Egypt through Moses. Right? Because they didn't have the courage to do it themselves. See, there has to come a time where you can't be waiting on something to get you out of something. You have to do it. Because the God in you will get you through. Okay? You don't need an outward sign the majority of the times. You just need an inward unction, an inward direction, feeling. So you know what, this is what I need to do. I'm talking to myself right now. See, you're going to have to rely on your instincts, your discernment, the Holy Spirit, to let you know when it's time to get the hell up out of Egypt. Because you have been under your oppressor for way too long. And you didn't know that all this time, all you had to do was live. See, you can't be afraid of what you're going to leave behind. Because when you get that feeling that it's time for you to leave, and everything that you've been saying and doing, you're only going to walk into more. You're in your season of more. See, all the while you've been oppressed, you weren't doing nothing but multiplying, right? That's all you was doing was all that pressure, right? Everything that was getting you and grinding you and you slaving and grinding and you don't know why, when is it going to relieve God? God like, I'm waiting on you, baby. Because all this is doing is making you better, not better. And it's multiplying you. It's increasing you. Therefore, you cannot stay where you've been. See, because your place of occupancy you've outgrown your place of occupancy. So it's time for you to get the hell up out of Egypt. Because your oppressor done what all it's going to do. Now, it will be up to you to realize that. And maybe I'm here to enlighten you. I'm here to let you know. Otherwise, it's going to get so oppressive and so, pressure. And it's just going to get worse and worse. And the great thing about it, that's how all things work together for good. The great thing about it is that all that pressure you be under, because you are are not allowing yourself to understand, come to a place of understanding that you've outgrown your place of occupancy, right? They didn't know that. And the more pressure that the oppressor, because he was playing his part back in Genesis, remember? God orchestrated the whole thing, playing his part. And he was like, okay, although they're going to be going through all this, I'm going to increase them anyway. I'm going to multiply them. So you are being multiplied when you're being oppressed because of where you're going, because you're going to a place of abundance. So in order for you to align with that, you have to become that. So while you're in your place of oppression, your season of oppression, you're still getting prepared for your place of abundance, right? So all that while now, they grinding and they whining and complaining. So it's like, God's like, they still don't understand that I talked through them. All right, my friend, you got to go on now. I know I got hot dog and the man right next to the car. I'm telling you, it's a day, but that's okay. All the while, the oppressor, right? And you going through, you still increasing. And God's like, I don't understand why they cannot realize that I am within them, that I'm already in here, that all they have to do is go. I prepared a place for them, a place of promise, but they didn't get it. So they needed Moses. God sent them and provided Moses. How long is going to be before you guys don't have to rely on God providing a ram in the thicket for you? Okay? When you going to finally realize, you know what? I don't want a ram in the thicket anymore. I want everything that belongs to me. And in order to do that, you're going to have to start relying on the God in you and not looking for some deliverer to come and tell you, let's go. Okay, so I've spent the majority of my life alone, okay? And I've had to just rely on my instincts, my inner voice, the God in me, to lead and guide me on a lot of things because I've always been alone, majority of my life. I mean, I got the hot dog right now, he's great, but he don't talk. It's not in the way that I would appreciate. So I've always relied on my inner voice. And I appreciate that because now I get it. God wants us all to rely on the inner voice, his voice in us to lead and guide us into all truth. So fortunately, that's not what happened. And they had to get Moses. God made a way for him. He did. He really did. And we're going to talk more about it in the season, I guess. We'll get to one of them. We're going to talk about, that part. But let's keep going. We got a couple more scriptures. Yep, we got 2 or 3 of them. Okay. So they go through the desert. They get out. And they spend all those years in the desert. Same thing. So, but here's the thing about it now. They went from 400 to 40. They did learn a little something. So, okay, but the 400 was a time of oppression, right? The 40 years should have been a time of reprogramming, realignment, readjusting, and getting you prepared, made to fit the promise. See, when you come out of your place of oppression, you have to be groomed. You can't just come from oppression to your place of promise, because then you get up in that start acting country. You don't be ready. So when you go through your desert experience, it shouldn't take you as long as it did during your place of oppression. It should just be the place of you letting go of things, learning to really, really trust your instincts, and learning to really, really trust the provision of God, and understanding and keeping your eyes on the promise and not your position. So your desert experience should teach you that. Okay, you in your desert experience. Okay, this is temporary. Because see, when they were in Egypt, they forgot that it was temporary. So when you go through your desert experience, you should always remind yourself, this is temporary. I'll never forget. It was during the hurricane of 2017. Broker than a joke. I mean, I didn't have nothing. And my parents, God bless them. Thank you. My parents, they went to Jacksonville, because this was when they evacuated the whole state of Florida. So lo and behold, that was a time when I was broke. And I decided I was going to stay in Florida, So I stayed back at the house of my parents. I stayed at the house. And, the night was really, whew, wow. Talk about fear. Ooh, I was scared. I was like, oh my God, because they were showing all these enactments of the flood and all this stuff, Anyway, no money, broker than a joke. And I'll never forget. I pulled into the Panera once, they had the power, power was still off. So I was like, man, I need to go charge my computer. My phone is off, but was my phone off? No, my phone was still on, praise God. And hurricane had just come through, like day 1 or day 2 or something. And so I was staying with my friend Jeannie, because I was like, well, I might as well go hang out with Jeannie, because she's good company, and she's always been kind to me. Hey, Jeannie. And so after about 2 days at my parents' house, I just packed up a little stuff, and kept it in the car in case Jeannie, get mad at me. She never would though, but you know what I mean. So I had my little car packed up. Was it this car? Yep. No, it was my hoopty. And anyway, and I'm like, well, I'm going to Panera, and I had a can of Progresso's chicken soup, and I said, I'll just go to Panera. I'll ask for a piece of bread, and I'll ask for one of those bowls, and I'll put me some soup in it. So as I'm getting out of the car to go into Panera, broker than a joke, so I was like, okay, I'll go in there and cool off. They got air conditioning. No, that's what I had planned. My cousin called me. Ain't talked to him in a while. He said, how you doing? I said, I'm doing okay. No. As I'm getting out of the car, right, I say within myself, I said, this is temporary. This is temporary. I just resolved myself. I said, because I was broke. Nothing. I said, this is temporary. And before I made it into Panera, ring. My cousin Eli. He said, hey, how you doing? I said, I'm okay. He said, where you at? I said, I'm over here at Panera on Almerton. He said, you was on my mind. Meet me at Walmart. I said, okay. Well, in Walmart, he slipped a little something in my hand and got me through for the next week or so before my parents got back to help me out. It's only temporary, baby. Only temporary. I had to share that with y'all. It's only temporary. So while you're going through your desert experience, it shouldn't take you as long as your enslaved, oppressive experience. So they going through that, right? And y'all know the story. They drove, Moses. He played his part. He was the deliverer. There are going to be different teachers, mentors, guides. I like to call them guides in your spiritual involvement before you be able to stand on yourself on your own, right? All throughout your life. See, he was my deliverer. Eli had multiple deliverers. Jeannie, everybody. All through my wilderness experience. My place of oppressive. I went through a season of oppression. I went through a season of my wilderness. my family members, friends, people that found favor in me, Jeannie, my cousin Eli, helping me out, give me a little coin here and there just to get me through. Provision, being God to me, right? But there's going to come a time, my friends, my brethren and my sisters, that you will have to learn to stand on your own. And that's where Joshua comes in, right? So, Joshua 1. Now it happened after the death of Moses, the servant of the Lord, that the Lord spoke to Joshua, the son of Nun, the son of nothing. Moses, my servant, is dead. Now therefore arise to take his place. Cross over the Jordan, you and all his people, into the land which I am giving to them. To the sons of Israel, I have given you every place on which the sole of your foot treads, just as I promised to Moses. From the wilderness, from everywhere you go, from the east to the west, everywhere, the great river Euphrates, all the land, the Hittites, and as far as the great Mediterranean, everywhere you see, everywhere you put your eyes and everywhere your foot shall tread, I have given to them. That says a lot. No man will be able to stand before you to oppose you as long as you live. Just as I was present with Moses, so will I be with you. See, y'all know the story. And then my favorite part, it says, my servant commanded you, do not turn from it to the right, to the left, so that you may prosper and be successful wherever you go. Do not turn from right to left. Keep your focus. This book of the law shall not depart from your mouth. Everything that he had spoken to Joshua, he told him, and he sealed it with this. The book of the law shall not depart from your mouth, but you shall read, meditate on it day and night. That means remind yourself about it, noodle on it. This is what God promised me. Everything that I've been affirming, this is what God promised me, not what I see, not what's up, not my external. This is what God has promised me. Meditate on it day and night, so that you may make your way prosperous, and you shall have good success. You shall make your way prosperous. Why? Because the God in you will get you through. Okay? Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be terrified or dismayed, intimidated. For the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Okay. So he done gave and equipped Joshua with the ability to get those people into the promised land. Now, he's giving him the rules and the guidelines, set the objectives. So now he's ready. And Joshua's like, okay, and I spent these 40 years being mentored by Moses. Now I'm ready. So you've been in your wilderness long enough. That oppressive experience was a repetitive cycle of process. All the while you going through that and you being oppressed, not knowing that it was time for you. And you had everything in you to leave your oppressive situation. So it's up to you. Even in the wilderness, it's up to you how long. You choose how long you want to stay in your seasons of God's changing of the part of his plan back in Genesis, right? You choose. So when you realize that you're in an oppressive situation, you say, okay, I'm going to share this and then I'm going to go. Okay, so when I was going through my season of oppression, right, I realized what this is now. Hindsight is 2020, y'all. Okay, so my season of oppression was those 20 years that I spent in professional development, right? And it was part of my karmic story, but I understand it now. So my oppressive situation, I go into these jobs and I was like, why are these people hating on me? All the while they were grooming me. My oppressive situation was grooming me and multiplying me. And all the while I was still increasing. What was I increasing in? Skill, experience, uh, uh, personal development, all of it, right? It was all working out for my good. It was all working out, right? So that was my season of oppression. That was about 20 years. And then I went through my desert experience. I was operating in parallel. I was going through my season of oppression and my wilderness experience. Because all the while I'd have, I'd get, I get provision, but then I'd be broke with a joke. So I was operating parallel. I was on the fast track, right? Fast track. So those 20 years I was doing that, right? Dum, 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 dum. And I didn't know that I was multiplying and I was increasing, but I was. Then I went through my desert experience. Then something happened. It finally dawned on me. Started attracting all these wonderful tools and resources and books and teachers that were just grooming me and mentoring me. And I went through my dark nights of the soul, all of it, to prepare me for such a time as this. I didn't know. I was just trying to make it. I was just trying to be a better Vanessa, you know. But when you realize and you are reminded who you are and where you come from, be nothing stopping you. But you have to come to this realization, my love. You do. So allow today's talk to serve as a reminder of how you can escape the matrix. You have to realize where you are. When you realize where you are, then you can come to the realization and acceptance of whose you are. Then once you come to the acceptance of whose you are, then you can start operating as such and start tap in into that power within, that God power energy, to align yourself with your promise. So all that stuff you've been doing the last 20 years or whatever, I've been doing it for 30 years. It don't matter. You're ever increasing, all the same. Just remember, if you're going through a season of whatever, know that it's temporary. That's today's takeaway now. It's temporary. Start saying that to yourself every day. This is temporary. If you're not where you want to be, right? You need to start. This is temporary. This is temporary. And this is how you know when it's time for you to get the hell out. Here come the oppressor. Here come the oppressor. There's always going to be an oppressor on the scene. You're going to have a scene of oppression. But be like, man, why does I feel like I'm being oppressed? Because it's time for you to get the hell out. Let me tell y'all something, okay? I know that where I'm living right now is temporary. I mean, I love it. And, just as soon as you start getting comfortable, God sends little things to remind you this is temporary now. You know this temporary, right? But I love it, God. No, it's temporary. I got more for you. Why? Because you have outgrown your present situation. I'm like, okay. So, I've been looking. I'm looking. I'm like, okay. I'm like, and I'm open. See, you have to remain open. I'd be like, I can go there. Look how much money I'd save. I'm start thinking about how I can further develop Stay in Love TV, right? Be like, man, I could put more money into that and do that. Yeah, I can do that. So I'm open. So the next 6, 8, 9 months, however long it take, I'm getting prepared, made to fit my next scenario, my next experience. Because guess what? The God in me has given me the victory. Now listen, y'all know I have not been this confident. This is just happened the last few years. And I'm almost 60. So let me tell you something. It don't matter how long it takes for you to get to your place where you are start operating as Joshua, as long as you get there, right? So stand up, my brethren and sisters. Be not dismayed, for God is with you. And just remember, this is just temporary. The God in me has given me the victory. And everything, and you do what you need to do. And what I mean by that is, okay, what you need to do is, see, when you start operating in a place of openness and you start allowing, and you're sending out a vibration, God, I'm open to whatever it is, however way it's going to come about, because I know what I've been affirming. Okay, so that means, okay, see, so I'm giving you clues, keys, techniques, whatever you want to call it. When your presser shows up, it's time for you to get the hell out. It's time to pack. So if you're feeling oppressed and you feel constricted, you tight, and you're doing everything you know to do, but you still can't make it. Yep. Okay, so got 1 minute. It's already 9 o'clock. 2019, New Year's Eve. I just say, you know what? I'm like Paul, fought the good fight of faith. I'm ready to go, God. I'm ready to, I've had a good life. I mean, I really have resolved myself. And I had to leave my little cottage, left everything, moved back into my old room at home, shared a room with my brother while he was in Jacksonville with his family. I got the room. When he was home, I slept on the couch, but I was surrounded by love. See, y'all got to understand. When it's time for you to move, if you allow yourself to accept how God is guiding you to your next, then there will be no lack. See, it's you that causes and brings the lack in your life. I had to realize that. So every way God is going to get you to your next, fully embrace it and accept it with grace and courage. Say, God, you're with me. I know that this is only temporary. This is only temporary. This is not like before, because I'm not like before. And within 6 months, I'm still doing the work because I knew it was temporary. Within 6 months, I crossed over into my promised land. I conquered those giants. We're going to talk about it in this season. Maybe next week, I think. Talking about giants next week. Because now that you have realized that you can, it's time to you walk into your promised land. Now you got to conquer some giants. Don't worry. I got you. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for tuning in. Join me and the great Michelle Massey Washington on Sunday, Spiritually Speaking and Awakening, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Stay in Love TV for another exciting episode. And then join us Monday, Michelle Massey Washington, for the day's Michelleology, right here on Stay in Love TV. We'll download the app, share the app. It's free, iOS and Android. I encourage you to continue to watch the shows. We're available on Roku, Apple, Amazon Fire TV. But I encourage you to download the app. I mean, because everybody's using a phone now. So download the app, available on Android and iOS. Now, unless they make another phone, but these are the top two, baby. So Stay in Love TV. Yeah. So now you know what to do. The God in you will get you through. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for caring. Thank you for your support. I am Vanessa Klinger, your intuitive life strategist and life coach motivator. Escaping the matrix. You can't stay where you are anymore. Thank you guys again for watching. And until next week, stay in love.
Stay in Love TV is your production to distribution solution to getting your message seen and heard. Having your own TV show with Stay in Love TV has never been easier than now. Stay in Love TV gives you the power to share your message with the world. Stop watching TV and start being watched on TV. Stay in Love TV offers real-time multicasting, all with one click. This opportunity puts you on the world stage with an audience of over 200 million. In addition to your low monthly subscription fees, you will also receive monthly network coaching and training from the network itself to ensure that before your first show premieres, you are set up for success. We at Stay in Love TV bring over 20 years experience in sales, marketing, advertising, and business development. Stay in Love TV, purposeful entertainment driven by love, empowered with passion, fueled with faith. Go to www.stayinlovetv.com and let's get started.